Awesome. Can everyone see our screen?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, welcome everyone. We are super excited. First off, thank you for taking the time to join us on this beautiful Saturday. I'm super excited to share some great things we have in store for you. And this is actually the first pre-grand opening experience virtually. So you are actually a part of that experience. So we're excited to have you today.
So we are the hosts for today. My name is Mary Boltron, and I am the new home specialist for Vistamar. A little bit of background about myself. I've been in real estate for over 5 years, going 6 years now. And also I want to share something about myself. I like when I'm not working at Maronda, or if we're not selling homes, I like to go to the beach, specifically in the southwest area of Florida, like Clearwater, St. Pete. And also I like to go out, try new restaurants with, just spending time with my husband. Thank you, everyone. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, I'm Shinovia Whittleton here. I have about 5 years experience as well in new home sales and general real estate. On my free time, I enjoy trying new restaurants. I love to travel and love spending time with my family and fur baby Drake. Also, we are on social media platforms here. Feel free to take a snapshot photo of our contact information, how to reach us for an appointment, and please follow us. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. This is going to be a quick overview of our community that we'll go over today. Why Vistamar Villages? To take advantage of all of our benefits that we offer, location, built by Maronda Homes, and great floor plans and home sites. We are excited to say that we are officially on the map. We have a great location, very close to all major attractions, shopping, highways, not too far from local theme parks and golf. So we're very conveniently located, but still nice and peacefully tucked away, which is really nice. So we're only about 35 minutes from Orlando International Airport in downtown. Here's our community here. About 25 minutes from Universal Studios in iDrive. Only 20 minutes away from shopping, the outlets, and Walt Disney World. Only 2 minutes away from the largest Publix in Orlando, so you can walk right there. And about 10 minutes away from golf. Major highways only 7 minutes away. Why buy here? Here's a video of our happy homeowners that recently purchased and took advantage of all of our pre-construction pricing. They are very happy with the experience that they had with myself and Mary. New homeowners here as well. So we try to make the process as seamless as possible, and here's videos of our happy future homeowners. Also, location. We're a highly desirable location, highly accessible and growing as well. You get the best bang for your buck, so you get value for your money as well as great quality. You will also get pre-construction pricing, so right before you close, you will gain equity in your home. And Davenport is such a great area. It's actually the best area in Florida. And here's our happy homeowners ready to get moved in.
So now we'll talk a little bit about the builder. Why build with Maronda Homes? A lot of our buyers do recognize the brand and they trust the brand. And Maronda Homes has been in the business for since 1972. And let me show you this little video clip and learn more about the process and the quality of our build.
I'm excited about this part here.
Here at Maronda Homes, we take pride in quality with technology. We build single-family homes in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Kentucky, Georgia, and Florida, with over 45 communities across the state of Florida. We use special computer software to assist us in building quality components. Our unique process creates a seamless transition from product design to manufacturing to home site delivery and construction. The systems we use allows us to provide a consistent quality in our homes. Building components such as floors and walls are built with greater precision in the controlled environment of our production facility. Engineering blueprints are shared across all departments of manufacturing, which ensures each component will fit the selected home type as designed. Beautiful design utilizing computerized practices constructed with high-quality controlled environment. This ensures your home has the best components we can deliver. This allows us to build your home with high-quality standards. Let us build you a home that you and your family can enjoy for years to come.
Thank you so much for watching that short video. And also in Maronda Homes, we do take pride in our quality with technology. We own our own truss plant in Sanford. So with that being said, it allows us to save tons of money, which we will able to pass on to you as our buyers, because we do have our own truss plant company.
Hey, Mary, what's a truss plant?
Truss plant, well, when you build a home, if you look at this wood here where my cursor is, where my mouse is, those are called trusses. And it's a web of triangles that is used to stabilize our roof and to erect the structure. And this is very essential in the whole home building process because it allows your home to withstand the shifting, to evenly distribute the weight, the changing tension and compression of your home. So with all this weather conditions, it will help your home not to collapse. So yeah, and we do this, the truss, we make it here in Florida, and we have a plant in Sanford, so everything's local, made in the USA.
Great.
And also talking a little bit more about construction, all of our homes are, we call it B Smart, meaning B energy efficient. So Maronda Homes does use LED lighting, low E double pane windows, and also Energy Star rated appliances. If you look at this little chart down here below, a typical older home is about 130 in the Hearst index. For Maronda Homes, it's about 60. So the significance of that is that your utility bill will be slightly lower than on an older home. And a builder you can trust. Maronda Homes, we're also very proud that we remain to be a privately owned and operated company. A lot of our competitors are publicly traded. So with that, it's like passing from our family to your family, and we do care. So you still have that sense of compassion. And also one of the main difference between us and our competitors is, like I mentioned earlier, we do own our own truss plant. And here at Maronda Homes, we also believe that quality is never a destination, but it is a requirement. And this is the overview of the community. When you drive in, this is the main entrance of the community. It's very clean, very green, very lush, a lot of trees around it. Plenty of space to ride your bikes along the sidewalks or take a jog around the community. So imagine driving, coming home to this from a long day at work, going to your home site. It's such a pretty community, and it's coming along really nicely.
Very peaceful.
Okay. Homes designed with your family in mind. So Maronda Homes, all of our floor plans are very modern, very fresh. We do have a lot of open concept plans. And these 4 videos here are our best-selling floor plan, which is the Valencia, the Victoria, the Glendale, and the Lexington. So these will just show you all the options that we do offer. We have a wide variety of options to choose from, like the cabinets. We can do white or dark. We have granites or quartz. And for your tile, we have several types of tile that you can choose from. So you can really customize your home to your need. And the nice thing about this one as well is you can kind of control the price of your home. If you want to put a lot of upgrades, or if you just want to purchase a standard base price home, which is very, very affordable. Our home starts in the 220s for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Perfect. So now we'll preview available home sites. Here's a drone footage of the entire community and our available home sites that we built on. So just so you guys can get the full experience, take a look at this video. And our community pool road, to answer your question, will be to the northwest of our community. So right now we are completely sold out of phase 1. Phase 2 is currently available, and our community pool is right here. Our HOA is only $500 for the year. So we actually have the lowest HOA in the area. $500 a year, which is only about $41 a month. No CDD, which saves you money as well. Here's our office and models pointed for you. So if you guys make an appointment and would like to meet us, you know where to find us. Mary, are you there? Where'd she go?
Thank you so much, Shanovia. Right now, I'm standing on the home sites that we currently offer. It's bright and sunny today, gorgeous day. All of our home sites are 40 feet wide and they're 125 feet deep. So you do have an ample space for a backyard, and it's perfect if you want to put a pool later, or maybe some outdoor living area, or just simply fence it in for the kids and the dogs. So I want you guys to take advantage of our pre-construction pricing, because remember, for every few sales that we do have a price increase, and you want that instant equity right off the bat. Like I mentioned earlier, all of our home sites are 125 feet deep. And if you take away the belt pad, the easement, so you're gonna roughly have enough about 30 to 35 feet of backyard space. Thank you so much, and back to you, Shanovia.
Thank you so much, Mary. That was such a cool video. Like she mentioned, we have large home sites, about 40 foot wide and 125 feet deep. So you have huge backyards. You can build a pool, lanai, barbecue area, fire pit. You can screen in for your fur babies as well. You can have privacy fences at our community. So no matter your floor plan, you'll probably, depending on your floor plan, you'll probably have about 30 to 45 feet deep of a backyard, which is a good size. Virtual tools. So here at Maronda, we provide the best virtual experience. We offer on our website interactive floor plans. We have 360 tours on our website. No matter where you're located, you can actually get that full experience of the floor plan and of the home. And here's actually one of our most popular floor plans, the Valencia. So if you're out of town, if you are not comfortable going out in person to do a virtual tour, you can always have an experience from home. And also for realtors on the call, if you have folks relocating from out of town, just want you to know that we still will give them the best experience without them being here in person. So we make the process as seamless as possible. We also offer private home showings. If you would like to come in person, we will make sure that our appointment is very responsible, socially responsible for your private home showing as well. We offer digital contracts, ACH deposits, and online selections and options. So you can choose your colors, you can choose your finishes and touches to make it yours all virtually. We've had tons of virtual contracts and virtual appointments with lots of happy and pretty pleased new future homeowners.
So first mover advantage. What's the advantage of buying now? Well, number one is the pricing I'm gonna give you guys today is gonna be locked in if you do make an appointment. So we do start in the 220 up to 260s. So depending on your buyer's needs or your needs, we start in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath for 220, and we can go up to a 4 or 5-bedroom, 2-story floor plan starting in the 260s. And then number 2, hello equity. So taking advantage of pre-construction pricing allows you an opportunity to build that equity while we build your home as well. And why buy at grand opening? There is an incentives that we're throwing away right now. If you're on this call and you decided to move forward, we're giving away the free washer and dryer, all the appliances included with the purchase, as well as if you do use our in-house lender, which is FBC Mortgage. They're actually on the call with us today. We give you $8,000 towards closing costs. And last, the VIP perks, you will be able to pick the best lots available in the community.
Awesome. So we have a special guest here today, our loan officer who's very awesome, Efren Portas from FBC Mortgage. Efren, welcome.
Hello, how are you?
Great. We are
Thank you.
to have you. Tell us a little bit about yourself before we started.
Well, I've been in the mortgage business for probably about 18 years. I started off as a mortgage broker a very long time ago. I worked for Bank of America for about 5 years as a loan officer. And then I've been with Maronda Homes and FBC Mortgage directly for about 5 years. Yeah, so that's basically my history.
You know your stuff.
I hope so. It changes all the time, so they keep you on your toes.
Very true. Awesome. So we're going to do a quick Q&A, and we're going to ask most recently asked questions for our loan officer today. So first question that we get a lot, Efren, is most common types of loans.
So the most common types of loans that we see out there are FHA. It's not an abbreviation for first-time home buyer. It's actually the Federal Housing Administration who insures the loan. So that would be one of the most common loans. We also have conventional loans. Those are also pretty common and pretty standard in the marketplace. FHA allows 3.5% down as the minimum, and you can also do conventional at 3% down, and sometimes 5% down, depending if you're a first-time home buyer or not.
Awesome. So what's the FHA minimum credit score requirement?
So there's a little bit of a myth out there about FHA and the minimum credit score. So FHA, their minimum credit score is actually 500. You can go down to a 500 credit score with FHA. However, with that comes a lot of additional requirements. You need at least 10% down, and you have to have a minimum of 6 months of reserves to be able to get an approval through the FHA underwriting system. So what you're going to hear most lenders require a 580 to do an FHA loan. Obviously, the lower the credit score, the higher the risk for the lender. And typically you would want to be at 640 for an FHA to get the best deal possible. But it is possible to go below 640, below 580, and down to 500 if you meet all the right requirements.
Got it.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are a USDA community. What are the requirements for USDA loans?
So typically, USDA loans, USDA stands for U.S. Department of Agriculture. So if you get a little bit of information from the title, it's basically for rural areas. It used to be meant for farms, so housing could be provided for farmers. But currently, if your area, which Vistamar is eligible for USDA financing, it's just a mortgage loan that allows you to finance 100% of the purchase price of the home. So the difference between that and the other programs that we mentioned earlier, there are income limits, so it is income restricted, per family members. You want to be at a 640 or above credit score, and then one of the more stringent requirements would be the debt ratios. So every loan has a minimum debt ratio or maximum that has to be met. USDA has pretty strict ones at 29% for the front end and 41% for the back end. So those aren't written in stone, so they can vary a little bit with compensating factors. But those are the basic rules of the USDA loan. And obviously, there's no down payment, so you would be able to finance 100% of that property with closing costs help from Maronda Homes. You could be able to get into that home for very little money down.
That's awesome feature.
Wow.
Great benefit. All right.
Are we allowed to ask a quick question?
Sure.
So what is the, you were talking about the income. What kind of income do they have to make or not make over?
Right. So typically, and this is not an exact number, for a family of two, it's around $88,000 for the household. So not just for the people that are on the loan. So if you have a husband and wife, and let's say grandma lives with you and she receives Social Security and she's not on the loan, we have to count that towards that eligibility. So as long as it does not exceed around $88,000, you could potentially qualify without exceeding the income limits. The more folks that are in the home, for example, a family of 5, if it's a mom, dad, and 3, 4 kids, or additional family members that will occupy, it goes a little bit higher. I believe it's over 100,000. I'm not sure exactly because it recently changed. So they're not they're not limited. So you can make a substantial amount and still be able to qualify.
What about if it's a single buyer, single lady wanting to buy?
Then it's the same as 2. Yeah. So one person cannot exceed the 88,000 as long as they meet all the other requirements.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep.
Good question. Okay. Last question. Can I get pre-approved while being furloughed? Can I close while being furloughed?
So that would be a yes and a no. So the yes, you can be pre-approved. If, for example, if you are looking to build a home, and let's say you work for Disney right now and you are not working because of the whole COVID situation that's happening, but you are expecting to return to work full-time with same pay, same benefits, same full-time status, then you are able to get a pre-qualification from us as long as the builder approves it. Obviously that will be their call, but you cannot close because you have to be fully employed. We have to be able to do verifications and confirm that you will be able to, to make those mortgage payments once you close.
Got it. Cool. Thank you. Any questions? Any other questions for Efrain while he's on the phone? He has tons of experience, and let's take advantage of that now.
And somebody being furloughed, say they worked there for 5 or 10 years or whatever, because usually you have to have 2 years of employment, right?
Well, yes, you have to have a 2-year work history at least, at a minimum, right?
So, but the furlough is not going to affect their.
Well, the furlough is it's not a voluntary thing. So it's basically because you can be laid off and then be returned to work, because that's kind of what furloughed is. You're basically laid off, but you're able to go back to work when things return to normal. So that would not be counted against you, and you still have the 2-year work history. You're just going to have a bit of a lapse or gap in the employment, but then you're returning right back to the work, to the workforce.
So again, just to clarify, these people that are furloughed can be pre-approved?
Yes, they can be pre-approved for a to-be-built home. So they can be for something that's closing in 60 days or 30 days because they're not working currently. So the idea is that the COVID situation will be over soon and they will be returning to work fairly soon. But the house, building the home takes 6 to 8 months possibly. So obviously they're going to have to do something in regards to an employment anyway. They'll have to either return to that job or they'll have to find new employment so they can, continue to live and pay their bills.
Okay, thanks.
Efrain, I have a question. Let's say they were furloughed and now they have a start schedule for their job. How many paychecks do they need in order to close on a home?
Typically, we're going to require 1 to 2 paychecks, and we're going to do a full verification of employment to verify that they are in fact working the full time, or whatever it is that they qualified for originally, if that's how we were working on it. So it is possible, and there's some exceptions could be made. Different programs require pay stubs. For example, VA requires that you have pay stubs, but that's more for if you change jobs. But for example, conventional will accept a verification of employment as full-time employment versus pay stubs. So there are certain little exceptions that can be made, but it's kind of a case-by-case basis. Some of these folks also are still receiving pay. I don't know how long they've been receiving it, or it might actually be over by now, but some employers continue to pay their employees even though they're home furloughed. So they might still have pay stubs.
Okay. We have a couple questions in our chat box. If furlough exists longer than 6 months, what does that do to the customer's work history?
So that hasn't happened and it hasn't been addressed. So typically if someone's out of the workforce for a period of time, they should be back to work for at least 6 months. So if you have a large gap in employment, then that would be a problem.
Okay, awesome. For an FHA loan, what is the maximum home purchase price, and can you use FHA on any home? Great question, Courtney.
So there are the limits for the FHA have gone up. I believe they're in the 340s, 370. I don't know. I have to look it up every time, so I'm not exactly sure. They were lower, but we have a system that will let us know, and you can actually look those up on the FHA website. So I don't know them off the top of my head, but it's under 400, but above at least 340. So it's between like 340 to 380. If you don't qualify for let's say you're going over that limit, you can still use FHA. You just have to use the down payment to meet that minimum requirement. And there was another question. What was the other one? Can you use an FHA to buy any home?
Yes, and so Courtney says, let's say if you have a lump sum of cash, is it better to apply that towards debt or towards the home's down payment? Great question.
That really depends on you as the borrower. So sometimes you would be required to pay down some debt to bring your debt ratios down to make the loan qualify. So it really depends on each individual buyer of what would be best to do with that money.
Awesome. Another question. What are the loan officers looking for on credit, and does it depend on the type of loan?
Yes. So FHA, for example, is a lot more lenient with credit. Like we talked about before, they can technically go down to 500 credit scores, even though those are not typically what we see. So yes, what we're looking for is collections, charge-offs, as far as negative credit, bankruptcies, foreclosures. We look for those. Positive credit, we want to see you have open and active accounts and that you're using credit responsibly and that you're making your payments on time. So that's what we look at every single credit report, because a judge of what's going to happen is what you've been doing. So if we're trying to give you a more, we want to make sure that you're able to pay it on time based on your prior credit history.
Well, that was great. Very informative. I learned something new today, and thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much, Efrain. I know you're a very busy man.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking your time out of today on a Saturday. I appreciate it.
No worries, my pleasure.
Okay. So we are currently taking appointments right now. So whoever wants to make an appointment today, it's going quick. Our weekends are going really quick. We're almost fully booked for Saturday and Sunday. So if you have a buyer for the realtors and for buyers out there, if you want to come out, we do have 2 fully furnished models that we can walk and we can discuss your options.
Yeah, and also if you or your customers don't feel comfortable coming in person, we're also taking virtual appointments today as well.
Mary, I do have a client from New Jersey,
Okay.
and he's not sure yet as far as, when he's going to be comfortable to travel. It may be in a week, it could be 2 to 4 weeks. And obviously he couldn't join us today, but will we still be able to at least make an appointment and take advantage of the incentives that you are offering today?
Yes, definitely. I have your information. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to register you and your client so we can lock you in for that price and incentives.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll touch base with you as far as what day and time when your client gets in from town.
Thank you.
If somebody's 3 months out, let's say 3 to 4 months out, what would you suggest? She wants a newer property and things like that. Would you suggest maybe me turning her on to you and do like a virtual tour, kind of like this first, and look at it this way, and then as the property gets built up, then go out when she gets closer? Or what would be the best course of action, do you think? To have somebody registered, check out your what your incentives are and things like that. What would be the best way if they're about, say, 3 months out?
3 months out, we will register you. You as the realtor and your buyer. So it doesn't matter if they're 6 months out, 3 months, 2 months, you're already locked in. Your name is linked to that buyer.
And I think you already answered this, but then those incentives with the 8,000 closing costs and the appliances and all that, is that even if they're 3 to 4 months out, will they still qualify for that if they get registered, say, in a week?
That's a great
Or no?
question. Our incentives change all the time, depending on what management tells us to do. But right now, that's what our current incentives are that we're giving away. So when that time comes, there might be a different incentive during that time, but they change all the time.
Okay. But you were saying something earlier about if you're on this call right now, you can be locked in for something. What was that about?
That one, that's for the 8,000 and the appliances. Yes.
And again, that's on a case-by-case basis. Who knows, management might change it in 2 months down the road. It's up to them, I guess, right?
Yes.
If you make an appointment now for your clients, whether it's virtually or in person, we will definitely honor those incentives.
Okay.
Perfect. And I see a note from Buffy Realtor that you have clients coming in town on June 5th, and I will absolutely send you info on Davenport, Kissimmee, and Haines City. So I'll lock you in for June 5th.
So when I explained earlier, if my client was to come in about 2 to 3 weeks, it's okay to present these incentives now?
Yes. It's early enough. That's 3 to 2 weeks. That's June, and we are releasing phase 2 in June.
Okay.
So that's early enough. Yes. Any other questions?
How many four-bedroom floor models will you have?
4-bedroom, we have the Glendale, the Lexington, the Amelia, and the Abington. I have 4.
4 of them, okay.
Oh, make it 5. I have a single story, 4-bedroom, 2-bath.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome. And my single story, 4-bedroom, 2-bath is $230 base
Great.
price. Yes.
Perfect. And thanks so much, friend, for posting the FHA loan limit link. So anyone with FHA questions can definitely go to that link and get all your answers for FHA. So feel free to, if you haven't done so already, take a snapshot of our contact information if you'd like to make an appointment now, or feel free to text us, give us a call later to make some appointments. And please follow us on social media as well. This was super fun. Thank you all for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you guys in person or virtually.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for
Sounds great. Thank you both. Great job. Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.